Anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? And the answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good, and today we're going to be discussing the question, was Monkey D. Garp Yonko level at Marineford? So, with the drop of chapter 957, that changed the whole One Piece community's perspective on Garp, a lot of people's perspective at least. Personally, it didn't change my perspective because I already believed Garp to be as strong as the chapter made him out to be, but I know a lot of other people were not believers in that and believed Garp was much weaker than he actually is supposed to be. And in that chapter, we learned about how he fought the rocks with Roger, and there was all this hype, and a lot of people who had been looking down on Garp suddenly shifted upwards to look up to him and look up at him and consider him one of the most powerful characters in the series, possibly even top 3. I don't know if he's top 3 because there's like Aimu and Roger and Whitebeard, and well, we don't know how strong Aimu is, but if Aimu is that strong, but definitely top 5 strongest characters in the series as of now. Now, it begs the question, if Garp was that strong in his prime, was Garp Yonko level at Marineford? And I actually will say yes to that question. The reason being, Garp was as strong as Whitebeard and Roger in his prime. I know a lot of people think Whitebeard was below Roger and Garp, but I personally don't believe that. I believe that all 3 of them weren't as strong as they were in their peak when they fought rocks. I know that doesn't quite make sense if you look at the ages, but there's going to be some inconsistencies in One Piece, yeah? So I do believe that Garp was going to be Yonko level at Marineford because at the height of his peak, he was strong as Roger and Whitebeard. Whitebeard declined immensely from his peak, and he was still Yonko level or somewhere around there, and he was having heart attacks the whole time. Garp was completely healthy, and I believe that would mean that Garp was still Yonko level, or I believe he was Pirate King level before and had fallen down the Yonko level, which isn't too bad of a fall, you know what I'm saying? Because if he was as strong as Whitebeard, which I do believe he was, and I know a lot of people believe he was, when decreased, he would have been still around Whitebeard's level, probably even have a slight edge over Whitebeard, considering the fact Whitebeard was so sick and Garp was not. Now, nobody will be like, yeah, that's cool and all, that makes sense, but why wasn't Garp fighting at Marineford? And I actually have a reason for that, and I have an answer why that could be the case. So we know when Garp punched Marco, Sengoku got mad at Garp, and he's like, nobody asked you to join the war, Garp, like, stay in your spot. And of course, people are like, oh, it's just because Ace is his grandson, Luffy's his grandson, Sengoku doesn't want Garp to get emotional or something like that. Well, Garp was sitting next to Ace the whole time and just listened to Ace cry and beg Luffy not to come, and just, that would have been so heartbreaking if you're Garp in that position. So I don't see how sitting next to Ace and listening to him cry the whole time is better than going and fighting in the war. I actually believe it's because when Garp goes full drive, he goes into an immense bloodlust that is so destructive, so powerful, so volatile that Sengoku did not want him in the war. That is not the only reason I have for believing this. So, in Chapter 0, we saw after they fought Shiki, Sengoku and Garp that is, half of Marineford was destroyed. Half of Marineford was destroyed, let's just make that clear, even though there was just a ton of destructive power going around. But we heard someone say, or read someone say, get the Vice Admiral out of here. Now, why would they want the Vice Admiral out of here? Some people might say Garp was wounded and really badly, but think about it. Shiki was probably most likely below Garp in power and equal to Sengoku in power. The only reason he probably lasted as long as he did was because he was throwing buildings to block them or something. I'm not saying Shiki is weak, but I'm saying he was probably just Yonko level, and Garp was like Pirate King level. So he probably wasn't inflicting that much damage on Garp, like inflicting damage, sure, but he was against 2 probably Yonko level characters, because I believe Sengoku was the Yonko level when he was Fleet Admiral for sure, and probably when he was, I don't know if he was Yonko level when he was Admiral or not, or just regular Admiral level. I don't know enough about Sengoku to say, but he was at least fighting one Yonko level character, or rather Pirate King level character, and then an Admiral or Yonko level character. So I don't think he was going to be inflicting that much damage on Garp when it's that much of a double team, you know what I'm saying? I think they were saying get Garp out of Marineford because he was in such a bloodlust he couldn't stop, and they probably had to physically drag him away with Sengoku helping him. Like, he was in such a mode, in such a blood drive, in such destructive mode, like they had to get him out of there. And that's partially why he's so strong, I bet. I think when he gets full drive, he gets into a bloodlust, and I bet that's also part of the reason Sengoku tackled him when he tried to get to Akainu. Not just because that would make Garp eligible for execution, and that it would just be a bad thing all around, also because of the fact to fight Akainu and win, of course there would be a bunch of Marines joining with Akainu trying to stop him. If he went into that bloodlust, the damage would be irreversible. He would probably kill a lot of Vice Admirals, maybe Akainu, I don't know, Sengoku would have to fight him. It would just be a whole mess, and that's why, or part of the reason why Sengoku tackled him. I believe Garp goes into a bloodlust when he goes full drive, and that is one of the main parts of his abilities. If he's going all out, just a huge blood drive. So I believe that's why he didn't fight a Marineford. I hope that makes sense. So to answer the question, was Garp YONKO level at Marineford? A resounding yes. And why didn't he fight a Marineford? His possible blood drive, bloodlust mode ability, or whatever. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn notifications for more One Piece content. And I'm not going to drag this video out to 10 minutes long, because this is YouTube, and I know YouTube tries to make you do that, but I don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet, so I don't even have to worry about that. And plus, I'm not chasing after money. Also, share this video if you found it interesting or something like that. I'll see you in the next video.